I think even Fnatic may be still a little undecided with the DK. The fact they banned Bat Rider, you know, Bat is a mid hero that can kind of crush a Dragon Knight. So to me, it says maybe we're gonna wait and see what they pick. If it turns into a game where sending DK mid can work well for them, they're more than happy to do so still.
And then we see a few more bands coming out from OB.Neon, Ponlo, but what do you think they're going to try and build up to here on their next pick?
Neon, they are most likely gonna pick their support here, but they themselves ban out the Mirana because Fnatic has DK. Oh, this is a new one.
I hear they played a lot at the Singapore major. They seem to be sticking to this aggressive theme, so it didn't work in game 1, but it feels like they do want to go for it again here in game number 2.
Yeah, I think, you know, I do want to see an aggressive lineup, and I do want to see an aggressive game come out from them. I think in their minds, they just have to remember that this is an upper bracket game. As much as it was sucked to go down to lower bracket, they do still have that lifeline. So, you know, at this point, this game is kind of, you know, got to put a little bit more on the line of it. But they also ban out the Templar Assassin, which I really don't blame them after that last game that we just saw. But where else do you think they're going to go, Ponlo, with the OB.Neon? Don't worry. You pick that Nature's. Give me some
I'll
thoughts
answer
on that
for
one.
you. You're worried, Ponlo.
I thought you'd be like, yes, this is the redemption storyline. They're going to pick Nature's again, and they're absolutely going to pop off this time. They're going to revolve around him. They've set it all up perfectly. I thought that's where you're going, but apparently...
What if it's off-lane? Off-lane Nature's Prophet, Ponlo. You know, lane it with the Tusk or something. Tusk Nature's Prophet is a pretty scary lane.
It is. I'm not so sure about Andrew's Prophet, but maybe I think I'll be more excited to see an offlane Prophet than that carry Prophet again.
Alright, so there is still that flexibility for them to do the offlane, but then we see the Terrorblade coming out of Fnatic, Ponlo. What are they looking to kind of ban out to give this Terrorblade space to come online?
Terrorblade. What are they looking to ban?
Yeah, or pick. Just any thoughts on it, really.
Neon. I mean, it's rough because Neon have the option of flexing the Prophet, so I feel like Fnatic, they're just gonna ban what they think what is Andrew's most comfortable hero that lanes well against the TB. Because on Neon, I don't think you pick a carry to out carry the TB anymore. So in Fnatic's perspective, yeah, like they ban the Darkseer. The only concern is them picking an offlane that's really good against the TB. So yeah.
GoDz, where do you think this is potentially going for Fnatic then with that Terrorblade? I'm very interested because I only saw one Terrorblade game so far, and he absolutely just steamrolled. Like the team wasn't looking great, and then all of a sudden Terrorblade came into a fight, and they just won within the next 10 minutes.
Yep, it's a hero. You don't care if your lane's kind of tough, and I actually think TB is a good pick against the Nature's Prophet if it is going to be an offlane hero. So I think if anything, this means Nature's Prophet is going to be safe lane or even mid. But yeah, this TB looks really good here. I think they're just looking for that kind of space-creating mid. Invoker getting banned out. The Quaswex Invoker could be problematic. Some of those Spirit heroes, the Embers, the Pucks, feel like they could be pretty solid. But just a hero to really offer some damage. Like DK TB, like they don't have much damage output until TB gets farmed. So you need a mid that's going to provide some damage output.
I didn't even notice that the Puck hadn't been banned yet. I feel like it's just so... normal to see. Don't worry. As soon as I say it, I was like, that Puck isn't bad. That's insane. Surely someone picks it up. OB.Neon's just going to ban it out. They're like, we don't want to run the risk of it being picked. Because it does feel like a bit of a comfort hero for both sides here. They're going to pick up the Tide Hunter. God, do you have a bit of a reaction to that one? How come?
I guess I was expecting more DK to go offlane, but this puts DK mid, which is fine. The Tide, I guess they're just trying to. I mean, that's a hero. Nature's Prophet doesn't want to lane against any of these cores. Like this Nature's Prophet pick is kind of countered no matter which lane it goes. It feels like, which is where, yeah, Fnatic have drafted really well. I'm curious to see what OB.Neon go. Ooh, spicy.
Yeah, Ponlo. Zeus rounding out the OB.Neon draft. Thoughts on that one, and also picking which draft you like more?
I mean, I like the Zeus against the TB. It's like an age-old counter. One of the best mid heroes against TB. It's like Zeus, Tinker, and Lash. But Enryu Lash, I don't think I've ever seen that before. And Natsumi Prophet, I think we've just saw that. So even though I like the Zeus pick a lot, I think Fnatic has a much more comfortable draft for them.
Yeah, Fnatic seem to really enjoy that late game sort of gameplay. So I even personally would have to side with Fnatic on this one. But GoDz, you as well. Which side are you leaning towards?
I would lean Fnatic. I think they've just looked like the more solid, stable team. Loving the Zeus pick, just fun to see something a bit different, a bit new, and it's a really good Zeus game against the TB, even against like the DK Tide, these tanky heroes where you've got percent-based damage, and heroes that aren't going to really threaten to jump on you and kill you. Maybe later on DK with a blink, but Zeus is pretty good at scouting heroes and stopping those blink daggers.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit worried for OB.Neon. You know, like you said, we did see that Natsumi already on the Nature's Prophet. I do still like it. I'm worried for them. I just really want to see them play aggressively. I think they have the lineup to do it. I just want them to be in that mentality and that mental space to really execute it quite well. Any thoughts or final thoughts before we head on into the game for you guys?
I hope we get a game 3. You know, I feel like, you know, we've had some 2-0s. This is the upper bracket teams. I think these teams are very evenly matched, so a game 3 would be amazing.
That is true. As we were coming into the series, Ponlo, you even said that you really wanted a game 3. But I guess a lot of it is going to rest on game number 2. So I'll let you guys go as you jump into it.
Thank you, Nat. Excited to be here in game number 2. Excited to be here for the Southeast Asian TI10 qualifiers. $40 million up for grabs at the International later this year, somewhere in the world, as we will see if OB.Neon have what it takes to bounce back. From what you know about this team, Ponlo, do you think they're a team that's going to be kind of feeling stressed out or demoralized because they dropped game 1?
I think they are a rather emotional team for sure, based on what Dev told me about how they function when they were playing Singapore Major. But I think it's commendable of like, I think CTM is the one that decides most things, right? He's the drafter. I think it's commendable that he chooses to run with the same kind of draft, because maybe to him, if we were to win this qualifier, it would be with this. If not this, it would be nothing else. So even though Natsumi played pretty poorly last game on the Prophet, but maybe he's gonna be able to fix his issues, and they can bring the aggressiveness that we thought they were gonna bring in game 1.
Okay. Well, they're gonna have a second go at it, playing the aggressive style of Dota that got them so much success at the Singapore Major. We'll see if it has some better luck here. Tusk was a hero they played quite a bit, I feel like, back then as well, so utilizing that tag team perhaps could be a good tool. You're up against 3 melee cores, at least TB melee when he's not in the Metamorphosis, so tag team could be a very handy tool, it feels like, in this game.
Yep, Zhao really excels on these safe heroes. Dev was telling me about how he really enjoyed playing with Janelle when he plays these safe heroes, because he knows exactly where to play on the map and how to play the fights, and he always gives the reassurance to his cores. He will always say something along the lines of like, I just want to follow my boss, guys. This game, I'm gonna follow my boss. Like, that's what Dev told me. I don't know how true is that, but
It sounds like a reassuring presence to have on the team.
yep. But Dev TIE Hunter, this is his top 5.
Okay. Well, he's up against a House Nature's Prophet lane. Not the easiest for him, but an early first blood mid Yopaj. What the hell just happened?
Mid gap.
I think I'll observe a code. I was watching my own feed. I was not expecting a kill in the mid lane. That is insane. He just got shocked. That's what producer's saying. So just did the old arc lightning spam.
Oh my lord. I think at one point like Train needs to, I mean maybe he just needs more time, right? He just readjusted back to mid lane. But I think these things can't happen so often, like where he does poorly in the first few levels, like last game as well, in his TA versus Invoker matchup.
Yeah. I mean, mid lane is such a kind of like specialty focus. Like mid players are just playing mid every pub. They're so experienced. Top lane, some aggression coming out of stun. One of the AA, as well as TB's Metamorph zoning away the Leshrac. So tough lane so far for Onryu, who's going to get past the south.
So in the top lane, CTM actually blocked the big camp, and now he's gonna go body block the small camp as well. So there are no creeps. So as long as Radiant is able to keep the dire creeps outside of tower range, they're gonna have lane equilibrium, and this Lash is gonna be able to farm once the meta is down.
Yeah, it feels like Lesh with a couple of like level 3 and no meta could be in a position where TP can really get pressured here. It's taking some damage though. But that Metamorph will be wearing off soon.
Like, what Neon need to do right now is body block these creeps. These top lane creeps, that Radiant creeps. As long as they body block and pull the lane down, it'll be good. CTM is doing it.
There we go. Yep, they're pulling the wave back as much as possible.
Yep,
And
now
TB...
the TB might get pressured by this combo.
Yeah.
It's stun into stun, like, it's very potent. Yep.
Yep, double stun. Impale into Split Earth. I'm also keeping an eye on this mid lane as Yopaj almost gets him down again, and it's going to be a kill up top. They kill the AA. TB's still alive, but he's being zoned away from any kind of farm here, and we also caught a glimpse of mid lane where Shuang took a lot of damage, has managed to sound back up, but we've seen what Yopaj's Zeus can do here.
Yep, Chen is he's still losing quite a bit in terms of CS, but I think it's gonna get easier because now he already has level 2 Dragon Blood.
Zeus able to utilize all the runes on the map with the bounty rune as well as the water runes. Lingering around is jabs on the Lion. Not much of a kill opportunity, I feel like, when it's a DK mid, but he is looking to linger around to make sure he's there to help out if needed.
Yep, it's because the TI Hunter, like, this is like, we've seen this more and more where the laner, it feels like the laner tells the support like, yo, I can solo this lane from now on. He has a ring of protection on Tide, he has a chainmail on Tide, he has level 2 Kraken, and he's already like, he doesn't need the Lion here anymore. And he much rather have the solo XP. So the Lion is just trying to make space somewhere else. And we actually see Jabs smoking out alone. Without ops, he's just ganking.
He's ganking or securing this rune perhaps. I don't think they've got a kill here. There's only 2 heroes. I'm not sure they're going to have the damage, but the Lion going to find a Nyx Assassin nearby. Luckily, DK has a Dragon Tail to help keep him alive as the Tusk is rotating as well. Looks for the Ice Shard block slightly off the mark. Instead, trapping his Nyx Assassin, so not the outcome OB.Neon were hoping for.
Yep, a pretty good support player all around. Like, all the support players are pretty, what would you call it, woke. They are really adjusting to the game well. They're not just sitting in their lanes and like AFKing, you know. The only support that should be sitting in his lane is the AA, because the AA can't really rotate well, and he's just pulling, which is good because he's gonna get levels.
Even the Lion rotating mid, Yanuel's in the perfect position to scout it out, so... Unfortunately for Zeus, none of his teammates can TP in to refill his bottle, so he's just going to head back to base for a little heal-up trip.
Yep, the Zeus already has 3 null talismans because he got the kill, the first blood.
He's having a fantastic start here. As far as the other lanes go, it feels like things are pretty even. Even the Zeus, you know, DK is at least stabilized and getting some farm and levels here, so it's not like Zeus is destroying this lane. But once he's level 6, that threat of a Wrath of Nature, also as well as Wrath of Nature as well as the Zeus Thunder God's Wrath, you've got this global potential. Yeah, you've got the double Wrath.
Yeah, for sure. The top lane will be super scary for Fnatic because they have 2 stuns in the top lane and they have 2 global outs from the other 2 lanes.
Yeah. And both those cores getting level 6 fairly early because Nature's Prophet has had mostly solo experience down here, so...
Oh, a cool thing that Raven is doing, he's actually queuing up a hood already. I imagine he might buy a raindrop before as well, just so he doesn't die to this level 6 on Zeus and level 6 on Prophet.
Yeah. Definitely showing some understanding of how OB.Neon's draft is intending to work, and you definitely don't want to go for any kind of early, like, first or even second item BKB. Doesn't feel good on TB, so... The lane, Jabs getting snowballed on top of. Not sure there's going to be any follow-up here. Nature's Prophet does have a TP, but doesn't want to go for it. Not level 6 yet. The Zeus is, though. So that double... There we go. They've got the double ultimates now. I'm sure they're making a call here. Nyx looking for a gank up top with the Impale. Leshrac could follow this up. He's just out of range for a Split Earth, but he's got the Lightning Storm slow. He's still looking for the stun under the tower, but he's not going to go for it. He's kept alive on the TP. Yep. TP on in.
The worrying thing for me is that Death is actually having such a good game. He's like top CS, and a dagger on the TI Hunter early this game is just gonna destroy Neon's draft. Like, look at their heroes. He blinks in to 4 heroes, he presses Ravage, like all of them gonna die.
And all they've got to do for the Titan DK is, like you say, just lock heroes down and frontline for the TB. They've got more than enough damage from a Raven TB once he gets a couple of items.
Yep, they have damage from the Lion Finger as well and the Ice Blast. Like, these heroes on Neon are just gonna drop if Death gets a good Ravage with the Blink.
With that all said, it feels like I mean, last game, the early game went pretty well for OB.Neon, but I'm liking how things have started for them this game even more. They take an early tier 1 tower top, and if they can get this tier 1 tower mid with the Edict and the Nature's Prophet treants, they could completely take over this map.
Yep. Oh,
CTM up top, doesn't get a chance, well, I was about to say, he doesn't get a chance to Carapace, but he doesn't even have it skilled yet. He's just level 3, so good pickoff for Fnatic.
yep, Neon, I mean, Neon need not only the towers, but Neon also need some like chaotic, messy kills with their ults, right? They can't let Fnatic like play the macro game and drag out and push out the waves safely and just farm. Like, if Neon let Fnatic hit their timings on their heroes, with the Blink Daggers and the BKBs, like, this game is gonna be really hard for Neon at the later part of the game.
Oh, Zeus will farm up some neutral stacks, get himself some good gold as bottom lane. The rune contest is not going to go the way that Fnatic were hoping as Zeus finds himself the rune up top. Already, triple null, arcane boots, a lot of farm going the way of this Zeus. He is top net worth. A pretty decent margin considering we're still fairly early on here.
This illusion room might be quite good to dodge the DK stun in the next fight. I imagine around the mid tower where Neon is gonna try to force the mid tower.
Now they're trying to give this Nick some levels, so he's taking over the mid lane for now, although Yopaj nearby. They go Carapace into the Impale, the snowball in, they actually go on Chuan here, and Yopaj has the ultimates if they want to go for this kill here. Wrath of Nature comes flying in as well, 1 or 2 more right clicks is needed, but the DK is still alive. The Thunderbolt will finish him off as they take out the DK, and that could open up this tier 1 mid tower. 3 points in Diabolic Edict, so Death is going to have to be the one to pull the creeps off and try and defend this one.
Kind of weird that Natsumi just decided to pot bottom instead of at least summoning the treants for his teammates to push the mid tower. Maybe he just feels like, since the Titan TP in mid, I don't even want to do this anymore.
Force the glyph, so Edict was going to be on cooldown anyways once that glyph came out, so it does seem like OB.Neon, similar to last game, even though they've got this aggressive draft, though, making sure they get their farm as well. They don't want to go too all in with the way they play. They want to find that right balance.
EJ.
Kicked off, goes down. Is there any kind of revenge kill? Doesn't look like it. TB nearby is just going to TP out. He doesn't want to get caught as well. Meanwhile, bottom lane, bit of deja vu here. It's Chuan again, kind of caught alone here. They should have the damage. There's a tier 1 tower, but doesn't look like anybody's TPing in, and Chuan will go down. Another lightning bolt kill secured by the Zeus, who is having a fantastic game so far.
Yeah, I don't think the Dragon Knight should be at part of the map. Like, no one is going to be able to save him. He's getting delayed, like, if he gets caught around that area. And the Tuskar as well, like, the Ice Shard is so good against DK because he messes with your pathing. I think Train needs to be more careful about where he chooses to farm. Because if you get too behind on this DK, it's gonna be really hard for you to come back because your hero farms so slow.
Yeah, well, tough start for him. He has got a cloak into Blink. He had a hood queued up early, decided he needs something more aggressive, this faster Blink. Even the TB decided against the hood, goes for a Dragonlance, recognizing it's his job to deal the damage, so obviously eventually he'll get a BKB, but not looking to waste any of his net worth on too defensive of an item.
Yep, I think what Neon should do right now, the moment they finish the Witchblade, which is happening right now, I think, the Prophet is tipping back. I really think they need to smoke up and make a fight happen, and at least force the Ravage out, maybe lose 1 or 2 supports, force a fight, so that they can push the game forward. Like, they do not want to let Fnatic slow down the game like this.
Yeah.
CTM is going for it right now.
Yep. We'll see if can find anything. Fishing, he's going to run into a Sentry Ward though. Fnatic were ready for this. They're going to see him now. They're pretending they don't here. Very kind of clever heads-up play. Just, you know, acting like everything's normal, everything's okay. This tier 1 mid tower, oh so important. And Fnatic, they want to defend it. They have a... Ooh, they don't get a chance to pop the hood. The Ice Blast comes flying in. The Leshrac dies before he gets a chance to defend himself. There is going to be a Finger of Death, going to delete the Tusk as well. Death is getting low. They need a bit more damage. They haven't got it. Zeus commits the Thunder Gods. Right, there we go. All right, with the haste and the Lightning Bolt chase, they do bring down the tide.
That is really
a lot of
good
ultimate used, but
yeah.
Okay. So even though they lost 2 because they're getting this tower, you think it's well worth it?
Yeah. Now they can do whatever they want on the map. Like, they can just open up the map because this Ravage is down.
Yep. Well, At the same time, I guess best
they
case
don't
for
lose their
Fnatic,
cause,
they
right?
get a couple kills. Yeah, true. CTM finds AA behind the tower, but not the outcome he was hoping for. Sean was there and just takes the easy pick off. Natsumi's still trying to force this mid tier 1 tower. Neon have to be careful they don't, you know, throw too much at this tower. They need the Leshrac Edict, they've got it. This will be an easy tier 1 tower for them. Death is rotated in, doesn't have the hood for a few seconds, but they don't want to go on a tide.
Fnatic
They
right
kept
now,
that tower alive a long time, I feel like.
yeah, I mean, I think Fnatic did as good of a job as they could. And I think the most important thing in the game right now are the power runes. Like, if Neon manage to get an Arcane rune, a Haste rune, anything of the sort for the Zeus, like that just helps them pick the next fight so much better. Because right now, if the Zeus doesn't have a power rune, he's still like susceptible to die, you know? Like if he gets caught by Ravage or DK stun or Lion stun, Ice Blast, you know? Like these power runes, like Fnatic need to find a way to nullify these power runes.
Yeah. It feels very similar to like a Storm Spirit where a Zeus with a Haste or Arcane rune is just a totally different hero in a team fight.
Yep.
We'll see what Fnatic can do. Having lost that tier 1 mid tower, we'll see OB.Neon probably look to take over this top jungle, I imagine. Do you think they can go for any kind of early tier 2 tower with the Leshrac, or they need to kind of just, you know, slow things down a bit?
I think if there was a time to do it, it will be now when you are sure that the Tide doesn't have dagger. If you do it anytime after 15 minutes, you are never going to be sure anymore. Dev can suddenly, like, he can purposely show that he doesn't have a dagger, but actually he has it. And you might just like die if you try. So if there was a time to push a top tower, like YOLO the top tower, it would be right now, I think.
And similarly, DK also working towards a Blink Dagger, so multiple Blinks could cause a lot of problems. We saw, you know, a hero like Lesh just gets blown up on the front lines there, which wasn't the worst thing because the Leshrac is, you know, is his 3 position, and that's kind of his job, is to soak up those spells and enable Zeus to do all the damage, but
yep, I think I actually think like CTM is he's taking space at bot lane and he's queuing up an Arcs, but I feel like what he should be doing is playing with the Lesh right now, and they should be forcing the top tower together with
this Lesh is alone.
3, 4, and 5.
Yeah, they snowball in. Yanuel's just looking to save his Leshrac, who for a second looked like, yeah, Onryu was in a bit of trouble there, but without a Blink Dagger, I don't think he was actually going to die. Yanuel didn't know that, so he just snowballed in to save him.
Oh, the Zeus actually got a Haste rune as well at 14 minutes, so they're gonna be much more inclined to make a move right now on Neon. While this Tide is still 1,000 gold away from Dagger.
Spoke up on Fnatic though before, well, Tusk is about to respawn, but perhaps before OB.Neon are ready for this one. Want to make a move with this Metamorphosis. TB
Wow,
feeling pretty strong.
This is such a un-Raven-like play. I've never seen him do this before.
Yeah.
He actually went back for the hood as well.
Yeah, interesting. Well, we'll see. Jab's playing around the high ground, playing around some vision. He realizes Yanuel doesn't know he's up here, and actually Jabs will get scattered out. Seeing some... Oh, cancels his TP.
Not the cam. Oh.
Oh, he tried to. He goes for the
Bounty.
deny, but no. It's the bounty. Alright, and Zeus did pop the Haste rune, so at least they don't have to worry about that for any kind of upcoming big team fight.
Yeah, I think Fnatic are like really happy with how the game is going. Like, even though ideally Fnatic would have taken the bot tower by now, but they're still doing pretty okay in terms of net worth. Like, I don't think Neon are gonna get... I don't think Neon are gonna be able to deal with this tight dagger actually. Like, the team fight is gonna be really rough.
Yep. They're gonna have these blinks on 2 of these heroes, and then I feel like once Raven just gets, yeah, like 1 item to go with this Hood plus Dragonlance, things get really difficult for OB.Neon.
In real?
Top lane on Ryu. Yeah, he's been playing alone for a lot, and I don't think he was expecting this DK blink. Not sure if it'd been revealed yet, but now they've got the perfect setup for the Ice Blast, and it's surprised to see him playing by himself that far up on the map.
Yep, but it's sort of the only thing that the Leshrac can do, right? As an offlane Lesh, like all you can do is like, I also see like LGD Faith Bien. He also does this where he just runs down lanes and he brings 4 heroes to him. He dies, but at least he's achieving something as his hero. If he is too afraid to die, he's just gonna do nothing, and someone else is gonna die. this DK dagger would have killed a Zeus maybe, or it would have killed his Prophet.
And if they went there as 4 or 5, if anything, it feels like Fnatic have the better team fight now because of this with the Tide Ravage, and now with the Blink Dagger, things get really tough for the mid lane. DK goes in. They've got follow-up. The Nyx assassin rotation, but a great Impale jabs! Impale into Ravage, onto 3, on Ryu, gonna get deleted as well. 3 dead, no chance for OB.Neon. They couldn't even use their spells.
Yeah, the last game as well, like I feel like Natsumi just has a different understanding of how he wants to play this Prophet. Like when we watched Singapore Major when CTM was playing the Prophet, the game was so fast on all levels, in every lane. It always felt like something was happening, right? But even though their draft is fast, this game just feels like they're playing so slow.
Yep. We've definitely not felt the kind of intensity and aggression that we were perhaps expecting. 2 games in a row where it's kind of Fnatic making more plays and just responding better anytime an objective or tower is being pushed. Death could be in some trouble here. It's going to be a smoke from OB.Neon down bottom, and Death kind of just walks into it, so he may just tank this one.
Death?
Not the worst. I mean, they don't have Ravage, so they're not looking to fight anyway. So, you know, if it's better him than the Terrorblade.
He just blinks up to the big camp and he tries to farm it, and he's like, oh wait, there's no creeps here. Oh wait, there's 4 heroes.
He did not read the map and understand what OB.Neon were doing. Not that it's going to immediately matter, but perhaps OB.Neon, it's more about these cooldowns. With Metamorphosis and Ravage on cooldown, OB.Neon should be able to take towers. They should be able to take objectives like Roshan if they want to. And we'll see what they can get.
Yep, but the tower that they really can take is the top Dire tier 2. But look at what Chen is doing. He used the chance where they're killing the Tide, and Chen pushed out the top lane all the way. So now Neon can't even do anything with the kill.
And every time CTM on this Nyx goes hunting for kills or tries to set something up, there's sentries everywhere. He's walking past these sentry obs combos that scout him out and give Fnatic all the info they need to know exactly what Neon are doing. On Ryu up top, the perfect setup. They threw the Ice Blast preemptively. They don't have a Finger of Death, but they should have the damage to bring down the Leshrac here. The question is there going to be a turnaround? Chuan, he goes for the TP out, but that's not going to work. So OB.Neon do a good job punishing them for the Leshrac kill.
It's okay, space. We got Ravage soon on Fnatic. The next fight is going to be rough for Neon.
And that's what I was thinking, like, yeah, that was a 2-for-1 trade in Neon's favor, but if anything, I feel like Fnatic is totally okay with it because it is about buying time for these ultimates.
Yep, because these kills don't translate into an objective. Because right now the Tide Ravage is up, Neon can't touch the top tower anymore. They can't touch any of the tier 2 towers. They can't even touch Roche because they don't have a medal, I think. Like their Roche potential is, they can take it, but it's not fast, and the opponent has an AA. Like, if you get AA blasted in Roche pit, you're just all dead.
Yeah, it's scary. As we'll see what the next move is going to be. It doesn't feel like OB.Neon want to make any kind of moves into these ultimates now. Unfortunately for them, even with Ravage Metamorphosis down, they don't take any tier 2 towers, they don't take Roshan, and things starting to look a bit tricky for them. Yopaj on the Zeus is getting closer and closer to an Aghanim Scepter. Do you think this is going to kind of change the state of the game much at all?
Oh yeah, for sure, because Fnatic right now, they don't have any saves, right? So if Neon manage, because CTM has a dagger on the Nyx, if they manage to start on the TB, and they manage to pour all the damage in, the Zeus and the Prophet, they might be able to just snipe the TB. And if you snipe the TB when he's on meta, then you suddenly have like 2 minutes where you can do whatever you want on the map, because there's no meta. Even if there's Ravage, they can't fight.
Alright, well, we'll see how things go right now. OB.Neon trying to get some more farm going. Smoke from Fnatic. They have a blink online. If they can get the Hex before the BKB, they've got it. He didn't BKB. And now the Impale Finger follow-up. The Nimbus was attempted to be used to save him. Jabs may die for this, but he's okay with that outcome as long as his teammates get out of there. But it looks like Fnatic, they want to turn. They go in. Blink Ravage. Oh, Snowball save. What a play from Yanuel. Now he goes to go on Chuan on the DK. A hell of a play from the Tusk as they're going to get the DK. What a save against the Ravage. Can they get more? Zeus Ultimate gives them vision.
Holy shit. Yanuel.
Wow.
Wow.
Absolutely wow.
Dude, in Dev's head right now, he's like, that's my boy, Yanuel. That's my boy. Dodge my Ravage.
Oh
my god.
That's big, and the good thing about OB.Neon's draft is they don't have long cooldowns to play around. They can go for Roshan, they can go for some of these objectives, and yeah, they run right at the Roshan pit.
Yep.
they do this at least okay with, you know, the magic damage from Zeus, the Edict, and everything. Ice Blast is going to scout him out, but
Yep, they have
Burst
no
is
meta,
dropping
there's
pretty
no
fast.
Ravage. They're easy.
Yep.
Quite a big blunder by Fnatic, to be honest. Like, this Roche will change everything because with these Aegis, suddenly Fnatic can't just initiate, you know? They have a save on the Tusk and they have an Aegis. It changes the fight immensely.
yeah. I mean, you say blunder, but at the same time, it felt like it was also just an individual, like, amazing play. Like, going back in there, Fnatic blow up the Leshrac, I feel like that could go really well for them.
Yep, and the TB, I'm not sure Raven has a Quelling Blade, but he got caught by the Sprout and I don't know, he didn't really join the fight even though he was in meta. He wasn't really ready anyway, even if the Ravage had hit. And the Tusker actually has a dagger right now, firing out to him, so we're gonna probably see more of that general Tusker saves.
Things getting heated here in game 2. OB.Neon on the brink of being knocked down in the lower bracket. It's another snowball, dodges the Impale as Natsumi BKBs.
How did he do that?
You gotta take notes.
Oh my
Somebody
God.
check this guy's PC.
He eye
What's
shot
installed?
exactly where the lion was. He saw the lion, and Jabs blinked really quickly as well. He dodged the eye shot damage, but he's still too quick. Janelle Snowball was too quick.
Oh. This guy. Definitely, you know, support players often you're like, ah, you know, they're support. They just call some shots. They don't necessarily have to have the individual skill, but Januel saying that is not at all the case when it comes to his Tusk.
Yep, excellent play. Super humble guy as well. Before the match today, I messaged him and I was like, all the best, bro, but you know, I got a root for death. I'm sorry. Then he's like, and I said they were so good yesterday, and he's like, we are just lucky or something.
Well, your boy Death
Oh, my boy, that
is, yeah, he's dead. Perhaps picked the wrong side for this game as Januel continues to make plays around the map. But we gotta, you say he's humble, we gotta boost up his ego then, make him less humble, you know? He needs some swagger.
someone needs to
Make
keep
him
this.
feel cocky.
No, you're so good, ah.
You were talking about last game, you know, we need people making some YouTube highlights, and I feel like if he makes a few more of those plays, Januel might be, you know, getting a bit closer.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, like, even his place in the Singapore Major, I feel was very worthy of a highlight, but unfortunately, no one did it, I think.
Support. I don't think support player YouTube videos get many views. Hate to break it to you, support players, as we'll see OB.Neon just take over this enemy jungle. Not really a whole lot cooking for them.
And right now, the
TB
Zeus actually has a Arcane Rune bottle.
Ooh.
Like, these runes are like pretty game changing for the Zeus.
Okay. For Fnatic, TB almost completing Scotty. Is it still going to be more about the BKB timing for him against all this magic damage, or do you think they're going to try fight with Scotty?
I think he'll fight with the Skadi. I think they have enough. He has enough effective HP against the magic damage because of the hood. He has like 2.5k and his magic resistance right now is 40%. So it's quite a bit. I think they have to use their cooldowns, right? If not, like, look at the map. The map is getting choked out by Neon because of this Prophet, Lash, and Zeus still pushing the waves.
OB.Neon coming at them first. We've seen this smoke into enemy triangle play so many times, but Jabs is in the perfect position to scout it out and then blink away. He does just that. Januel tries to blink in aggressively to catch him, but they were ready. They had the Observer Ward, and they were in the right position to not get caught by that smoke gank. Both teams understanding exactly what the other is doing so well.
Yep, Natsumi is doing something a little bit different this time. He actually bought a Moonshot on the Prophet as a 4th item. And he's queuing up an Aeon Disc. Kinda different from last game where I think he opted for the South Curious.
Okay. Looking to... I mean, I guess recognizing, you know, he is all the physical damage. You know, you're not lacking for magic damage when it comes to Azu, so he's looking to become a bit more of a glass cannon and do as much as possible with his BKB. They're going to take these outer towers at least, and it seems Fnatic content to let them go. I feel like after the last few fights, they're probably going to be reluctant to initiate in because of how amazing this Tusk has been with that snowball save. You can't really trust just because you get a blink Dragon Tail or you go for a blink Ravage that hero is actually going to be able to get bursted down.
Yep, it's also because Neon have the Aegis right now on the Prophet. I think once this Aegis is down, like the angle of the fight for Fnatic would be much clearer. Maybe they need to initiate on the Tusk, or they just need to be wary and have vision of the Tusk. Because they have answers, right? They can instantly hex with the Lion on the Tusk when he blinks in to save and stuff like that. So
a small little thing, but maybe a bit of a mistake. Natsumi on the Nature's Prophet just gets an Aeon Disc, but actually pre-assembles it. So usually you see, you know, just the vitality booster, and then you assemble it when you get gone on. So, but the carries, they're even building Aeon Disc. You know, this is a meta where you want to blow somebody. I mean, it's also a Fnatic draft. They're all about getting that blink stun, blow somebody up with the Ice Blast, and Aeon Disc, you know, on paper, the perfect item to counter that.
yeah, but I'm not sure. Given how Natsumi has been playing, maybe this is the answer, right? Like the last game we saw Natsumi teleporting into the backline and just dying in like 3 seconds. Maybe this is the answer. At least now he has Aeon Disc and he can play like that, and he can make space in the fight by being alive and getting the attention so that the Lash and the Zeus can do a lot of magical damage.
We'll see. That age is no longer in play, and both teams continuing to play a bit more of a farm-centric game. It is OB.Neon with that slight gold lead. Is it similar to last game where you feel like this is still favors Fnatic, even though they're slightly behind because they have that carry advantage with the Raven TB?
Yeah, for sure. I think they have the out carry matchup, even though Zeus is really good against TB, but I feel like when TB has like 6 slot items, it's a lot more about the team fight. And I feel like Fnatic just has a much better team fight draft compared to Neon. Like, the Zeus will be able to do a lot of damage to the TB, sure. But if you do not have the team fight to actually kill the TB, he's just gonna like BKB and Sunder and Satanic the HP back eventually, right?
That's going to become a bigger problem as this game goes on. They've got some control for him to try to stop that Sunder, but... Oh, Lion picked off. This pesky Lion. Jabs was kind of the MVP of last game with finding some of the pickoffs. And even this game, he's been constantly playing around trees and being really annoying to deal with.
Yep, kind of a misuse of a BKB though, I think, because Natsumi actually has a Mindbreaker, the silence neutral item, and he silenced the Lion already, but he still used his BKB preemptively.
I guess already down to 6 seconds, so maybe he's just thinking it is not a big deal.
Oh yeah, maybe. Maybe it was already 6 seconds. I wasn't looking.
Both teams playing. Is this, I guess, playing around next Roshan? Do you think if you're OB.Neon, it seems like they're not looking to make any crazy aggressive plays?
Yeah, for sure, but the issue is, if you wait for the next Rosh, how sure are you that Fnatic isn't just gonna be able to team fight you at the Rosh? Like, I feel like Fnatic, when they're grouped up, like they're not gonna lose to you. So Neon need to create an opportunity to take the Rosh. They can't just simply do it, I think.
Yeah, and there's a TB who now has a BKB Spider Legs as well for some added mobility. It does feel like Fnatic have everything they could hope for here. They've just got to respect that Tusk save. Tusk goes in with a Blink Warriors Punch. They go in on Chuan's DK. Can they blow him up? He gets the BKB off. There's also a Blink. Look, he cancels the Ravage. Okay, still has it when they come out of the Snowball. Now he goes for it. Catches out the Leshrac on the front line, who does not have a BKB. That's a dead Lesh and Tusk. No save for you as the Nyx Assassin runs away.
Once bitten, twice shy. He cancelled the Ravage. It's a play from
yeah, he's like, I'm not letting you get another one on me.
I'm not gonna let you put me in the YouTube highlight.
Not today, my friend, as OB.Neon lose a couple, but Ultimate's go on cooldown. So this is something, you know, they still just lose 2 heroes who are kind of low level. Leshrac is a core, but you know, isn't ridiculously farmed. So they're going to be having an opportunity to go for this Roshan, which is going to respawn now with Ravage and Meta on cooldown.
Really unfortunate timing, actually. This Rosh spawn is quite bad for Fnatic. Yeah, I think Neon should just force it, like, right now.
Yeah, I don't... Fnatic may just do the same as last time and just ignore it and let it go. We'll have to see what the call's going to be. But yeah, without Metamorph Ravage, like... Even things like Finger of Death, if you're going to blow someone up with an Ice Blast, it feels like you need at least 1 or 2 of these spells.
Yep, Death
in a rush they go.
Death is buying a refresher, but he's still like about 900 gold away, I think. So yeah, they are not going to be able to contest the Rosh.
Definitely feels like, yeah. Oh, okay. They find a pick. Lion was going for a sneaky little play there, I believe, trying to, you know, snipe an Aegis or something. Flew too close to the sun and, well, gets picked off. Still, it's, you know, we saw what happened last time with this Roshan. It wasn't like the big game changer that opened things up entirely. So we'll see where OB.Neon go with this. Where did the Ag shard end up? I don't. It looks like Nature's Prophet got it, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-oh. Have they got the ability to bring him down? They have the rotation from the Tusk here. Tag Team Warriors Punch. There's a lot of damage coming in. I think they're just going to let... Similar to last time, you know, he's like, oh, Ravage is on cooldown. I can just, you know, run out and feed a bit. But Ravage was actually coming up in 20 seconds, so he's dead for a bit longer.
Yep, but Dev showed the perseverance, so Neon are gonna expect the refresher to come up pretty soon. It's about 700 gold away. Like that's gonna be a big deal. But Dev did a weird thing where he maxed out the Ravage, so I'm not sure he's gonna have enough mana to play the fights. One Ravage is 325 mana, and his mana pool is only 800.
He's got Arcane Boots queued up after the refresher. He already knows and sees the problem. Because he's got Phase Boots, but he may just sell the Phase Boots for Arcane Boots or go double boots, whatever it may be.
You know what? He can take the ceremonial robe that DJ is currently holding. At least it gives him 350 mana.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
Yep. It will change the way he can play the fight. Because even if he holds like mangoes and stuff, like he won't be able to use his Gush and his other spells, I think.
Yeah. And even the aura from it is really, he does just that. Yeah, great call. He takes the ceremonial robe. The Cloak of Flames was so nice for the magic resistance as well as the aura, the passive. But yeah, this mana is going to be much needed to go with the refresher.
Yep, I can read Dev's mind when he's dead. He's looking around, he's clicking on stuff. It's like, hey DJ, give me that. The DK is an Aga though. We have seen what the late game DK can do, right, from yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a joke, this DK. And I think he's gonna be a huge issue. Like, look at Neon's heroes, right? Who can kill the DK when the DK is at the back? Like, hitting this Zeus or something, hitting this Tusk.
That is a good question. He gets, the increased magic resistance from the Ag Scepter as well, so...
Yeah, he's not gonna just melt to this Zeus anymore because of the magic resistance. I think this DK is actually gonna be the most important thing they have to deal with on Neon. And we heard that from Fnatic themselves yesterday, right? Like when Trien came in for the interview, when we asked him about the second game that they lost against Omega, he felt that the biggest issue they had was this DK. Like they didn't address this DK that was on their backline, hitting their supports and their backline heroes. And this game, Trien is doing exactly just that, I think.
Yeah. He can just blink on the supports similarly and just... They're not going to kill him. Tusk, Nyx, these are not heroes that have any damage output, so... It's all going to be up to Natsumi's Nature's Prophet to scale, and he's got, you know, Daedalus, Moonshard, Mjolnir. This is all the, you know, damage items you could hope for on a Nature's Prophet. As here comes the smoke move from OB.Neon. Nature's Prophet has the 0-second cooldown TP. Blink in from Chuan on the DK. Goes for the Blink Dragon Tail. There's going to be a snowball save. As Natsumi on the front lines has the Aegis, he's looking to hold on to... Actually pops his BKB now. They throw out the Finger of Death. The Ravage comes as the Zeus ultimate will finish off the Tide. Lion surviving on the Sliver of Health does finally get picked off as CTM trying to get Raven. Has a Sunder. Raven's looking for it. Can also blink out back to safety, which will do just that. CTM didn't want to get too close and give him a Sunder target.
That was not an ideal position of a fight for Death at all. Like he had to Ravage because he was gonna die, but he only Ravaged a single Tusk.
Something a big gold swing is an 11k gold lead. Zeus has a refresher, by the way, that he popped for the double ultimate there. And yeah, Nature's Prophet doing a lot of damage as well with the BKB plus damage items that he's gone for.
Yep. Like, even though I talked a lot about how Fnatic's team fight is so strong, like they still have to get that kind of a team fight. If the fights are so scrappy, like Neon starts on this Tide Hunter and the Tide Hunter is not able to get the blink off, like these fights, this Zeus is doing so much damage if they can't get to him.
And now ultimates are on cooldown. Ravage can be popped with the refresher orb, so we may see Death forced to use that refresher orb now. No double Ravage just for the single. But at the same time, OB.Neon with the Tide respawning, I think they know with that refresher they've got to be a little bit careful. They're playing this very slow, very safe.
This Prophet Aegis is expiring in like 10 seconds, I think.
Yeah, are they going to go for the jump with the respawn? Blink, Dragon Tail, Natsumi has the Aeon Disc. That's going to pop here.
Natsumi?
Does feel like they need to get out. Yeah, they cannot afford to get caught here. And yeah, it looks like he knows what's up. Aegis expires.
I feel like if Fnatic were like, they definitely could have punished that. I think like his Aeon Disc was down. Like, all they needed was a hex, and like, my god, that was too close for me. Too close for comfort.
Respecting Yanuel, we keep talking about him, but the Tusk perhaps just worried that a Blink Snowball save. Nature's Prophet didn't have Aeon Disc, but he did have BKB, so if he gets Snowball save, then he can BKB and turn and fight perhaps.
Yep. I think for Fnatic right now, like the ideal fight for them is if they have vision and they manage to start onto this Tusk and this Nyx assassin. Like once you stop these two heroes from using their daggers and they're like kind of immobilized in the fights and they can't use their spells properly, then the cores on Neon are gonna find it hard to teamfight, I think.
I guess the one thing I feel like they still didn't have is as much of a way to deal with this Zeus. Like Zeus is just sitting back, spamming all his spells. He's gonna have an Octarine core soon as well. His damage at the end of this game, I feel like, is going to be pretty insane.
Yep. But like, as long as they somehow get a hold of this Tusker in the fight, they are going to be so much more confident about jumping on this Zeus, right?
Yeah.
Like on your Lion, on your Tide, on your DK, like any of you can, the moment you see the Zeus, you can look for initiation.
And that Zeus gets a Timeless Relic. The debuff duration, not that crazy good, but the spell damage increase, fantastic.
Of course, you play Zeus and you get Timeless Relic.
Playing around this high ground, Chuan goes blinking in. There's the Axe DK charging forward. The Snowball is there to try and keep him alive, and the Zeus just deletes the Lion on the backlines. Raven also almost died. The double Nimbus Thunder God's Wrath, they're just destroying them as luckily the rest of Fnatic able to get out of there, but that was insane. This Zeus just deletes Lion. He needs the fluffy hats. Where are the fluffy hats?
I'm not sure the fluffy hat's gonna help him anymore.
I don't think so. He's only got 1100 health against a level 23 Zeus with double Thunder God's Wrath and a Timeless Relic.
I think he just died. Oh wait.
I think it was Snowball on in. They want to go on this side. He's got Refresher in 3 seconds, but they're going to back off. They perhaps feel like they've overcommitted here. TB with the Metamorph. They refresh the Ravage. They blink in. They Ravage on 4. Great setup. Natsumi getting low. He tries to self-sprout. Can he TP out? No, sirree. TB doing some good damage. Nice Ice Blast onto a couple here. As Tusk forced to retreat here with the Ice Blast on him. Jabs goes blinking with an Impaled Finger. That's going to take out the Lash. As the Zeus. And now they want more. Yanuel on the Tusk looking to run away. On Ryu going to TP out in the trees. And it's going to be the Nyx Assassin CTM who has to pay the price. Carapace is up. He's not dead yet. He may have a blink out, but nope. The Impaled Jabs is there waiting for him. And Fnatic have held the high ground and punished a 4-man Snowball deep into their base that I don't think OB.Neon really intended.
Tusker Airlines. Brace yourselves. Like, Jab's got a really good catch onto the Zeus there. Like, he just blinked out into 3 heroes, he hacks the Zeus, he stunned the rest, and the TB as well. The TB has a blink. Raven bought a blink on the TB because he knows that he has to be the one following up the damage onto this Lion. It's tough. But yeah, I think the Lion actually just died purely to 2 Wraths. I've never actually seen that before.
Yeah.
2 Wraths.
I think it was 2 Wraths plus a Nimbus as well that got dropped on top of him. With like basically 2 Wraths plus a Lightning Bolt.
Yeah, that was so sad. God.
What are you doing? I guess the Ninja Gear with the smoke will protect you a bit, right?
Yeah, for sure. But if you are the one initiating, then you can kiss your life goodbye.
Yeah. He is gonna want to stay hidden. That is for sure.
Oh, he got the Aga. At least he has some stats now, right? He has 1.3k now. HP on the Lion.
Okay.
Got the Aga Blessing. Nice, supporter getting the Aga Blessing for once. Only on Fnatic.
Yeah, how did they... I remember what? Someone had an axe and they sold it so they could consume.
Omega's, I think it was CML. Yesterday. The poor Lion.
Ab's just fucking out the finger of death for some creeps and... See what the 2 teams...
Oi!
Next...
Gone!
Oh.
Again!
He's got to... I'm about to say, he needs to... I don't think the Glimmer Cape is going to help you because you die too fast. So he goes for an Aeon Disc and they also get DJ. They just killed both supports. Alright. that is one way to go about it. And we'll see if they go for a high ground play here. Lion does have buyback, but yeah, this line is just paper. I guess the refresher on Zeus is down. That's the one, you know, positive for Fnatic here is if they take a fight, they haven't got to worry about the double ultimate. Or even really a single ultimate for 60 seconds.
Yep. Oh.
Blink in, Dragon Tail, the Ravage to follow it up, catches everyone. There was no snowball in time. There's another Ravage if Death wants to go for it, but instead he force-ups away with the BKB being forced from Natsumi. On Ryu actually gets hit by a Thunderbolt. He tried to blink in and Dragon Tail, but he got instantly stunned. Chuan in trouble, but has the Aegis to fall back on. He's trying to force this one as on Ryu just going to die to take out the DK Aegis. Yanuel wanted to try and save him with a snowball, but didn't have the ability to do so as he's going to have his Aeon Disc get popped. He's surely going to go down here. CTM on the Nyx just has to run and get the hell out of there. Doesn't want to give away this gem. Whew. Fnatic are bouncing back. They were down like 20k gold, and now they've cut that lead significantly.
Yep, and I mean, at the end of the day, you only lost the Lash and the Tusk, right? So now when they revive, you just go fight. There's no meta, but at least for Raven right now, the Raven has a Aga Blessing on his TB. So he has a mini meta. But yeah, his main meta is going to be down for the next 2 minutes. Neon needs to capitalize on this.
The seeds of fortune.
Well, we'll see whether or not they've got the ability to do so once these heroes respawn. Zeus opting for some spider legs, so he's kind of switching between that and the Timeless Relic a bit. There's Natsumi just constantly keeping these lanes pushed out. Playing. It's so hard, even when Fnatic get a couple of kills or win a fight, it just feels like they've got to address lanes all the time when you're playing against a Nature's Prophet.
Yep, they struggle to deal with the lanes because Neon have so much kill potential on the side lanes with their heroes. Oh, poor chaps.
Well, so
I was gonna say, I have so much sympathy for support players at the late game that just die in 2 seconds. I feel it.
Yeah. I mean, he's wishing, yeah, he has this. He's got a fluffy hat queued up. There we go.
Fluffy hat at 45 minutes.
Okay. Well, we'll see what he can do. He's dropped his neutral item. What's he up to? He's not playing around with the ninja gear anymore? I guess he's just looking to tank up as much as possible. Maybe he wants something that's going to give him a bit more survivability, but either way, tough game for the poor Lion.
Maybe
TM doesn't get the Carapace off. Okay, gets the Carapace on the Dragon Tail, not on the Gush. Gets the Aeon Disc proc, but they instantly nullify it. Great pickup from the DK. As on Ryu could be the next target they want to go for. He's still got an Aeon Disc. He's got a Mind Thrower Horn as well, which is going to pop. Natsumi jumps in forward. He gets stunned up, has the BKB to fall back on if needed. They find the Tusk, who is A-okay here as they go chasing for more. Natsumi looks to teleport forward. Does so once, does so twice. He TPs into 4 heroes, pops the BKB. Crazy TP, but he's fine. Death is just going to get deleted by the right-click damage. Natsumi absolutely tearing him up as the Titan's going to be forced to buy back the TP. Trying to hold the high ground. Great Ravage. Going to catch Natsumi here as well. The second Ravage as well. The damage is just too much. Fnatic are just shredding these heroes. TB, Raven. Can he do more? The snowball save keeps him alive a little bit longer. Onryu still going to be okay, though. The Leshrac has a buyback as well. The Nature's Prophet could come back into this one. They're buying back everyone. No DK, no time, no buyback, and they've got no Ravage. The Finger of Death is going to look for a kill here. Jabs is gone. Yopaz just sitting back, doing too much here. This is not good for Fnatic. They're 2 versus 5.
He died without buyback on the back
Raven.
line.
Oh, they know roughly where Raven is. He goes for the blink to the high ground, the TP. Have they got anything to cancel this with? He gets home.
Oh, but this is... Oh no.
What? Oh, the DK's buyback still on cooldown. I thought DK had the money, but the problem is the cooldown, and now to the high ground we go. Neon have to be careful they don't die here, but I don't know how they get killed. The TB.
There is a mini meta on the TB. He has a mini meta, so...
He's got refresher. Got refresher now. I don't know if he sold something. He's ready with a metamorph. He's going for the backlines here. He wants this Zeus, maybe? Oh, what's the play? He goes out the fear. He hits the Zeus. Zeus on the backlines. Meanwhile, the throne. They're going to look to kill one. Zeus in trouble. Zeus is dead. Does have buyback. Not the best target, perhaps, for Raven. He goes for another... Yep, second fear. Can he do enough damage here? The Aeon Disc is causing him problems, and Raven in the middle of 4 heroes is going to get bursted, and that should seal the game as OB.Neon bounce back take game 2 and will force what we wanted. We got a game 3, Ponlo.
Very nice, very nice.
Whew.
Neon, they made it work. They went back to the same draft, to the same playstyle, and they made it work late game against everything that I said about how they couldn't win late game. And they did it. They played the fight so well.
Having the save and this Zeus just pummeling through heroes, absolutely crazy game. Neon have their way of playing Dota, and it works for them. They don't pick that traditional late game carry. I mean, Nature's Prophet, when you get these kind of items, we saw him like 5-shotting the Tidehunter, and beautiful game of Dota. Absolutely beautiful. We're going to hear a bit more Ponlo's thoughts, as well as Nat's when we bring her back in as we head towards a game number 3. Stick around, guys. More Dota coming your way.